Amway Coaches Poll.
Not a ton of movement in this week's Amway Coaches Poll. Most of the ranked teams held serve against overmatched opponents. Boise State did not have a lot of margin for error starting out in the preseason as number 24 in the Amway Coaches Poll, and they have even less now after an unimpressive 16-13 victory over Washington to open the season. Now Boise State jumps right back into another game that could knock them out of the poll for a long time if they don't go and win at BYU. Boise State needs this victory to solidify their status as the favorite to get that automatic bid to one of the major bowl games that goes to the highest rated team from the group of 5 conferences. One team that was on the outside looking in of the preseason poll but should be moving up quickly is Texas A&M. Extremely impressive in week 1, beating Arizona State while holding the Sun Devils to less than 300 yards. It looks like John Chavis, the defensive coordinator who came from LSU, has already had a big impact on the Aggies, who don't leave the state of Texas until October 24th when they go to Ole Miss. The next big target for Texas A&M, late September, they play Arkansas in Dallas. That could be a make-or-break game for them early in the SEC West schedule. One of the big questions early on this season was what would UCLA look like with freshman quarterback Josh Rosen? The answer after week 1, pretty darn good. Went 28 out of 35 through 3 touchdowns, no interceptions as UCLA beat Virginia, but it does not get any easier for the Bruins. Yes, they get a breather coming up against UNLV, but after that, they take on BYU, Arizona State, Arizona, and Stanford in succession. UCLA will either rise or fall precipitously in the polls in the next few weeks. They have a big opportunity, but a lot of peril in their path. But one team that might improve their position in the coming weeks is Notre Dame. A lot of divergent opinions on the Fighting Irish, but they validated themselves in week 1 with a big 38-3 victory over Texas. The schedule does not get any easier. Next up at Virginia, they play Georgia Tech early, and at Clemson. You will know a lot about Notre Dame by the start of October. This is a team potentially on their way up if they keep winning. No team has more at stake in terms of reputation and ranking than Oregon. This is a team that started out highly in the polls but was not impressive in week 1. They beat Eastern Washington, but they gave up 42 points. They gave up more than 500 yards, and their secondary got burned repeatedly. Now they've got to go to Michigan State and face Connor Cook, the excellent quarterback for the Spartans, who must be licking his chops after watching that game film.
Amway Coaches Poll.